Hello, Cancer. Um, it's funny, just like I said in the Gemini video, I've had a fairly long history with Cancers in my life. I think part of which because I'm a Capricorn in both Vedic and Western astrology, and so we tend to attract our opposites. So Capricorn and Cancer are polar opposites. In any case, I love most Cancers, and I've definitely gotten to know at least a couple of them pretty deeply. It's actually quite difficult to know a Cancer very deeply. And similar to what I was saying about Geminis, with Cancers, you have a difficulty in opening up to people. And you know what? That in its of itself is a good reason for receiving an apology, because as a Cancer, especially as a sun sign, which is a life path, you've been open with people a lot in your early life and hurt deeply because of it. And that in and of itself deserves a pretty deep apology. And because of that, you've learned to recede to your shell when you need to, and to keep a certain amount of yourself private from all people. It does become a challenge, because when you meet somebody who genuinely loves you and would not actually harm you if you'd show them your whole self, you still have trust issues on there, and you still feel a need to keep some secrets. But that is part of the apology owed to you, because you have learned, you're not stupid. And you're super empathic. You can tell how people feel. They can tell you all the pretty words that they want. You can tell how they feel. You are the first water sign, so you are most connected to the emotions of people. And even though you often aren't really even sure how you feel, you can tell how other people feel. You can tell if they're trustworthy or not trustworthy. And even if there's somebody that over the long run would be, can be a trustworthy person, you can tell in that moment when either they don't trust themselves or they don't trust you, or if there's a reason that you shouldn't trust them. And really, while a lot of people might say that Cancers are manipulative, or that they are testers of things, it's certainly unfortunate, because that is something that you learn over time. And yes, there is need for growth there. As if you've got Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus, it's certainly, it's for you to learn the difference between when to keep testing, when to keep putting, certain situations out there to see if someone's trustworthy, and when not to. But the whole idea is, you're a crab. You do have a soft inside. And when you open up, you can be super romantic and artistic, and you're very giving. I mean, you're the mother, you're the fourth house, and you're in the kitchen, too. And so, that is something that I won't say it shouldn't be given to everybody. I think really when you get into the fullness of your power, you recognize that you can love everyone without giving too much of yourself. But I think that the biggest apology really, that you are more likely owed, is for people saying that you are duplicitous, or that you are wishy-washy, or that you don't know what you want, or that you're secretive, that you're doing things that are antithetical to your character, because you are super loyal and you simply want to make sure that you're giving yourself to those that will reciprocate. And oftentimes, because you've been hurt so much in the past, you portion things, and that makes sense. And so, because in your past and your present, and likely in your future until you learn to be unshakable in how you value yourself, you will probably have had a lot of people say that you either give too much or don't give enough, because you're like Gemini, you are a contrarian. And so I'm sorry for all the people that have said either that you give too much or that you don't give enough. You give enough. You are enough. And really, the affirmation, you kind of are like with Gemini, in that you deserve a double affirmation. One, that you are good enough. You are enough when you don't do what is expected of you. And that one's an important one, because as a Cancer, commitment is everything. I mean, the mother, the wife, I mean, whether you're man or woman, mother, wife, that's commitment is everything. That's a really big thing. You don't just give that to just anybody. And like but you will do that. You will commit yourself to others and selflessly in many ways. And so remember that if there comes a time that you find that you are giving too much of yourself, you already learned the balance in there, and it is acceptable. You are enough, and people will accept you and love you even if you don't do what's expected of you. And then the other side of that is that it's okay to love. It's okay to love. It's okay to love a lot. I think that it wouldn't be a main thing, but I know that cancers often also hold on to a lot of past loves, and to family, just anybody, friends, family, exes, all of that. They hold on to a lot of them, and other signs don't have the energy to really understand that unless they've really evolved and worked on their own insecurities. And so, it's okay to love. It's okay to love a lot. That's your other affirmation. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Marses. I'm going to leave you with this and move on to Leo. Make sure to check all your placements.